Today on Turner Classic Movies, no RSVPs necessary to celebrate Louis Stone's birthday, as Father Stone decides his son's future in Don't Turn 'Em Loose. Then Dr. Stone gets involved in underworld healthcare in Sworn Enemy. And Judge Stone takes his family where the buffalo roam for the comedy Out West with the Hardys. Make a show of Turner Classic Movies here today.
Gentlemen, I realize your grave responsibility. Society looks to you to safeguard its life and property. But in this particular case, you can set your fears safely aside. For if there's any doubt in your minds that this man is worthy of your trust, if you doubt that he will make every effort to again become a decent, useful citizen, I bring here before you two who are an absolute guarantee of his future behavior. His wife and their baby. Surely, gentlemen, they deserve your mercy. Give her back her husband. Give that child back its father. Thank you.
Mrs. Williams?
I don't know what to say. It's so difficult to tell you what's in my heart. What this means to us. I only know that without him, we can't go on. We've suffered so much already. Please don't ask us to suffer anymore. I'll watch him. I'll help him. I know he'll not fail you, nor us. Don't destroy our lives completely. Give him back to us. Let us start over. Let us be happy again. Please.
Williams, the board is inclined to look favorably upon your parole.
Thank you, sir.
If you are paroled, do you solemnly swear and affirm to uphold the laws of this state governing paroled prisoners?
Yes, sir.
Will you honorably and conscientiously perform the duties that this generous employer has offered you?
I will.
You will refrain from carrying or possessing revolvers or other firearms?
Yes, sir.
You will not drive or operate an automobile, motorcycle, or motor truck while on parole.
No, sir.
You will not consort with bad companions, gamble, drink, or indulge in vices of any sort.
No, sir.
You will report once a month to the state parole officer, and you will not leave the jurisdiction of this state. You understand that any infraction, any violation of these conditions, no matter how slight, automatically breaks your parole, and you will be treated accordingly.
Yes, sir.
Parole granted.
Oh, thank you, gentlemen. I know you won't be sorry. I'm through getting into trouble.
it go, Mr. Pierce?
He'll be out just as soon as they sign his papers. You better come back for him after you drop us off.
Say, that's the best news since the bonus.
You did a great job, Nellie. There wasn't a dry eye in the room. Even I believed you.
Yeah? Well, let's get this kid back. I'm sick of it.
Where'd you get it?
Rented it. $2 an hour. Did it behave?
No. Thing bit me.
That's a stuff, Tootsie.
We break our necks turning them in, the parole board breaks their necks turning them out. All right, thanks.
Who's out now?
Pat Williams. They spring them so fast we don't even know they're out. We pick them up on another job.
679983. Reported heading for Dawson. Bank robbery.
With the compliments of the parole board.
That is all.
That is all. Oh, Judge Bass, you're just the man I want to see.
Indeed? What can I do for you?
Have you any influence with the mayor?
A little? Why?
I'd like to get the keys to the city.
What for?
We've got a very distinguished visitor coming to town.
Really? Do I know him?
You ought to. You just paroled him.
Hiya, pal.
Hello, Pete. Oh, you.
Yeah. Just remember one thing, and maybe you'll stay out a long time.
Ah, come on, Dad.
Let's have it.
I'm a very suspicious guy. Ex-cons point to me in the street and say, there goes Daniels. Look out for him. He don't trust nobody, not even himself. Understand?
You got me all wrong, copper. I can't pull anything. I'm on parole. Can't drive a car, carry a gun.
Or keep bad company.
Yeah, that's right. Which reminds me, I better not be seen talking to you. Let's go, Pete. How was South America, Pete?
Swell. But what's the idea of shipping me all the way down there? You know the ocean and me don't get along.
You mail those postcards?
Sure, regular. Say, you must think a lot of those people sending me all that distance just to drop them postcards.
I do.
Yeah, last year it was China. This year, South America. I suppose next time it'll be Egypt. And for what? Just to drop postcards. Honest, I don't get it.
You don't have to get it.
Oh, now, don't get sore. If you don't want me to know the little gag, why, that's okay with me. Only, gee, Bat, I get seasick just looking at a boat. Hey, ain't you supposed to lay off them things while they're on parole?
So they tell me.
Bat should have let me talk to those parole birds. I'd had them apologize for keeping them this long.
Nix, one look at you and they'd have put him away for keeps.
Sure, it's tears, not curves that moves them mugs.
That's him. Now, as soon as he comes in, you drop it down. And be sure it gets over both of us.
Check.
Well, she can be sure of one thing. She's the first woman he's kissed in a year.
Gee, hon, I missed you.
I haven't had so much fun myself. You haven't lost a thing, babe.
I hope not. Come on in.
What happened?
What kind of a shot was that, you cluck?
Well, I didn't know.
Hello, Bat.
Hello, Bat.
Cut out the kidding, boys. Let's get down to business.
Right now?
Right now.
Oh, gee, Bat, relax a couple of days.
Shut up.
Listen, Bat.
You listen. Now, here's one I doped out on my vacation. It's a cinch. You'd never figure I had the nerve to pull anything right after being paroled.
Who and where to?
The Esco Creamery. There's plenty of dough in butter and eggs, and they do a strictly cash business. Let's go.
Here I go again. I'm getting seasick already.
Like you had a big night, Mother Carey. A few more like this and you'll be able to pay off the mortgage on that apartment house of yours.
Won't be long now, Pappy.
Good night.
Look straight ahead. Keep taking that dope.
Here you are, Sourpuss. What's the matter? No smile today? Say, you look like your mother-in-law got back to town. That's better. Well, I'll be seeing you.
Put all that dough in this sack.
Just saw Mug running toward the phone. We better beat it.
Get back there and stop him.
We got it all.
Shut up.
Let's get going.
Here, beat it. Now stay that way. You make one move and I'll let you have it. I guess that wasn't bad, was it?
I didn't know there's that kind of dough in eggs.
Oh, sure. A lot of people eat them.
Gee, hon, now you can get me that bracelet.
Not with this dough, I can't. It's too hot. I'll have to sit on it a while.
But you said that...
You'll get it. The first jewelry window I see.
I can smell the salt air right now.
You're all gonna lay low till I get back, you understand that?
Get back? Don't tell me you're off on another one of those trips.
That's right.
How long are you going to be gone this time?
Why?
Don't you think we should know?
No.
How about me? Maybe I want to get in touch with you.
Well, you can't. Now, are there any other objections?
Yeah. I'd like to...
I hope that takes care of everything, boys. Now, beat it. All of you.
Why can't I go along?
Because I don't want to take you with me.
No, and I know why. I'd be one dame too many.
Now, take it easy, honey. You'll last longer. Look, you be a good little girl, and I'll send you back that bracelet.
Boat docked Monday. Voyage swell. Will arrive on...
3 o'clock train today. Be with you for 3 weeks. Love, Robert.
You see that telegram?
Oh, a fine brother I've got. A few measly postcards from South America and all this time. Oh, just wait till I lay my hands on him.
Now, Mildred, what you don't seem to realize is that Robert has been a very busy man.
You're quite right. Engineering is no child's play.
I guess I'll have to start cooking special again. Guess he won't be satisfied with plain food after eating all them fancy fern dishes.
Now, Hattie, you know Robert swears by your cooking.
You mean at, Mother?
Will you women stop your chattering? We missed the train.
He could have let us know a few days ahead so I could fix something unusual.
I don't need any whisking, Hattie.
Good gracious, what time is it?
Nearly 3 o'clock.
Hey, we better get.
Young lady, what sort of language is that? Hey, we'd better get.
Here.
Oh. Helen, where do you hide my hats?
There it is, dear.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Well, what are we waiting for?
Dad, you can't meet the train.
No? I'd like to know what's going to stop me.
Your graduating class. What would your dear students think if you weren't there?
Oh, bother the school.
My. Such talk from a school superintendent. Don't worry, Dad. We'll leap out for you and drag him right over.
Mildred, we don't drag people, we bring them.
Oh.
You can drop me at the school.
Oh, darling, look at your tie. It's always crooked.
Yes, thanks.
Hello there.
Hello, Letty.
We're in a hurry, dear. Robert's coming on the 3 o'clock.
Robert? Oh, how thrilling. I thought you'd like that.
Why not come with us?
Oh, I'd love to if it wouldn't be too much trouble.
No trouble at all. Hop right in, Letty.
hope this isn't just another short visit.
It is. Only 3 weeks.
Oh.
You know, I'm going to speak to that young man about remaining here permanently. This town could use a good engineer.
Well, I hope he brings me something exciting.
Young lady, suppose you try and miss that streetcar just ahead of you.
Here you are, Dad.
Now, don't forget, drag him right over.
You don't drag people, you bring them.
John, are you sure of your speech?
Of course, my dear. Speeches never change, only the classes.
Mother, darling.
Hey, Bob. Remember me? I'm Mildred, your lovely sister.
You are, you little brat. Glad to see you, Letty.
Oh, it's nice to see you, Bob.
Put him in the car, will you?
Robert, you look tired. Been working too hard?
No, Mom, it was a rough crossing. I was seasick most of the way.
Oh, poor boy.
Where's Dad?
At the school. It's graduation day.
Still handing out those diplomas, those terrible speeches.
Robert.
Terrible or not, you'll have to hear them.
Drive on, Macduff.
You young men and women are stepping into a realistic world. Beyond this classroom, a very formidable question mark awaits you. A question mark that can only be answered by yourselves. We have tried to teach you and train you to make you adaptable to the world that you're about to face. Make good use of that training. Bend all your energies toward the achievement of the goal that you set. That will demand of you all that you have to offer. Discipline, sacrifice, personal hardships, determination. But you're all young and vital. You'll win through. Emerson once said, "No man can be cheated out of an honorable career in this life unless he cheats himself." So let your contribution to society be such as to make this school and your parents justly proud of you.
My, that was good.
For a 40, you did right nice by our simple American dishes.
You poor boy. Those South American restaurants must have ruined your stomach.
I'll get it back in shape.
Good old Hattie.
Careful, Bob, you'll spoil her.
Hattie, do me a favor, will you?
Yes, sir.
Go upstairs and get my valise.
Oh, yes. All right. Anything, yes, sir.
Now, young man, I'll have a few explanations from you.
Fire away, Brett.
Why no letters? Why only postcards? Why only a few postcards?
Why don't you shut your funny little face? Why must you be such a pest? Why have you got such big ears? Why?
Robert, you and Mildred are all we've got. And with you away so much of the time, we naturally wonder about you and like to get a letter from you now and then.
Promise on your next trip you'll write more often.
You see, they've kept me pretty busy, Mom.
I know. We understand, dear. But don't let them work you as if you were in a chain gang.
In a chain gang? There's a pretty thought.
It must be thrilling, traveling constantly, watching things take shape. You must love your work.
Well, at least it isn't dull.
I hope you had a nice, comfortable place to live.
The best they had, Mom. Ah, Hattie. Hand me those packets. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you'll just follow me, right this way. Ooh, not so fast there, Brett. The line forms on the right. There we are, Mother, Letty, and Dad.
Who's this for?
I said packages.
Robert, why do you carry a pistol?
Well, you see, Dad, sometimes I handle large sums of money.
Son, I didn't know your work was so dangerous.
That's all right, Mom. I can take care of myself.
Oh, listen to the big He-Man. If you were held up, you'd probably faint dead away.
Mildred, don't say such things.
Let her rave.
Oh, I'll bet you can't hit the side of a barn.
That's what you think.
Oh, put that thing away, Dad. Makes me nervous.
Sure, Mom. Here you are, Cookie, for you.
Thank you.
Mother, this is for you.
Oh, thank you, son.
Here, Dad.
Oh.
Brat. Letty, I may not write, but I always remember.
Thank you.
Now, see here.
What's the matter? Don't you like that?
No, I don't. The idea.
All right. Guess I'll have to give it to somebody who appreciates it.
Oh, now that's something I can use. Thank you. I'll get it. Oh, good evening, Mr. Clifford.
Hello, Hattie.
Walter!
Just a minute. What's all the excitement? Who's Walter?
What? The #1 catcher Barlow.
Oh, that's interesting. What's his racket?
Racket?
Sorry, I meant what does he do?
He's a cashier in his father's bank.
Is that so?
Think you'd like having a banker in the family?
I'd love it.
Hello, everybody.
Hello there. What was that?
Well, I just blew you a kiss, that's all.
My, but you're getting awfully lazy. Now I want you to meet the most important member of the family. Just dropped in from South America.
Hello. Mildred's been telling me about you.
Not everything, I hope.
All I know, and that isn't much. Bob's saving the details for his autobiography.
That's right. It's all down in black and white. I've got a man keeping it for me.
Sit down, Walter, sit down. I want you two boys to get better acquainted.
I'm sorry, Dad, we can't. We're due at the Simpsons. I'll get my wrap.
Oh, after the important work you've been doing, you'll probably find me pretty dull. All I know is banks and banking.
I've always been very interested in banks.
I hope you don't mind our rushing off.
Well, I hate to see Walter go, but I'm glad to get rid of you.
Good night.
See y'all later.
He's all right. I like him.
Fine. Maybe you two can do something together someday.
It might not be a bad idea.
I'll answer.
I guess I'd better be running along.
If you go upstairs and get your things, I'll see you home.
Hello? Yes, this is the Webster home. Oh, why, yes. Just a moment, please. John, it's the governor.
Thanks. Hello. Hello, Paul.
Hello, John. I hate to keep calling you up like this, but the parole situation has me up a tree. I know exactly how you feel, but I've got to have you.
No, I'm afraid you'll have to get somebody else. I'm sorry, Paul, but I'd like to help you. Aside from the fact that I've had absolutely no experience, yes, but all right, I'll think it over. Yes. Goodbye, Paul. The governor's been after me for weeks to serve on the parole board.
Parole board? What do you know about parole, Dad?
As little as you do, son.
All I know is, according to the papers, that nowadays the prisoners just walk in, turn around, and walk right out again.
Parole board. I'm a school teacher, not a politician. Any spare time I have, I'm going to devote to my family.
I think you're right, Dad. You want to stay out of it.
I intend to. My job is teaching.
I wonder, what turns a man into a desperado?
I'll tell you. Cowardice.
Cowardice? Well, I never thought so.
That's true. Cowardice and vanity coupled with exhibitionism. Put a gun in their hand, they think they're a hero. In reality, they're cowardly and rotten. That's your modern gangster.
It's very interesting, Dad. Ready?
Yes. Good night.
Good night, Larry. It would be nice, those two, wouldn't it?
Yes, Helen. Very nice.
Isn't it lovely here? So nice and peaceful.
Yeah. So is the graveyard.
You're a very strange person. You do things to my imagination.
Well, don't let that imagination get the best of you.
It does. Often. Bob, just what do you want of life?
I don't know. Action, change.
Always want to be on the go, don't you?
I hate standing still.
You haven't changed a bit.
Haven't you ever wanted to do anything just for the excitement of it, just for the kick you get out of it?
Well, what, for instance?
Oh, something that sends the blood pounding through you, something that... Forget it.
Have you ever thought of settling down?
Here?
Yes.
Like, Joe Baker?
Well, why not? He's doing very well.
That's good. Is he still working for your dad?
Yes.
Say that dam your father's building's a pretty big job, isn't it?
Very. He has almost 1,000 men working for him.
Hey, that's some payroll.
That's what Father says every Friday. What are you thinking about?
Oh, nothing especially. You know, Letty, I always thought that someday you and Joe
Bob,
might...
what would you think if I told you I were in love with Joe?
I'd think it was swell.
I wouldn't. Good night.
Is that you, son?
Yes, Dad. I'm sorry I disturbed you.
Not at all. I'll be right down. Helen!
Yes? John, what is it?
It's Robert. Up to his old tricks again, raiding the icebox.
Let's go down, huh?
What's the idea, prowling around at night?
Oh, you'll have to blame Hattie. Her cooking makes me walk in my sleep.
She'll be delighted.
Well, how anybody can eat this time of night's beyond me.
Why don't you try some, Dad?
Hey, why wasn't I invited?
Because you're too fat already.
Oh, is that so?
Hey, ouch!
Oh, what's wrong with your hand?
I cut it on that glass over there.
Oh, that's too bad. I'll get some iodine for it, huh?
Oh, don't bother, Mother. It's all right.
A fire. I'll find out where it is. Hello? This is Mildred Webster. Just heard the siren. Where's the fire? A hold-up? Oh, that's terrible. Yes, I hope so, too. It wasn't a fire. It was a robbery. Westman's jewelry store. They found the watchman dead.
Oh.
Horrible. Horrible.
Yeah, that's tough.
You know, I always figured out you were a smart dame. Well, I guess you're just as dumb as all the rest.
I suppose turning Bat into you would make me smart.
Smarter than having me turn you over to him.
What kind of a crack is that?
You'll figure it out. How do you think he'd feel if he found out about you and Al?
Al? Why, we're just good friends, that's all.
Oh, sure. I understand. I'm broad-minded. But Bat isn't. Understand, I don't blame you. Not a bit. Al's not a bad-looking fella. Besides, why should a good-looking girl like you stay at home knitting when you can be out having a good time?
Bat wouldn't believe a copper.
That's right, he wouldn't. But he believed these dictograph records. Sound great. Want to hear them? Now, all we want to do is have a little talk with Bat about that Esco Creamery job. What about it?
Suppose he trails me here. Suppose he finds out.
Suppose he hears these records. Well?
You win. What do I do?
Smart gal. Like the movies?
What's that got to do with it?
There's a good one playing just around the corner from you. Bat'd love it. Take him there some night.
Okay.
Oh, Miss Forbes. Phone me just before you start. You've got my number.
I've had it a long time.
Maybe he was throwing a scare into you. Maybe those records were phony.
Oh, maybe this, maybe that. I tell you, Allie's got us.
Then there's only one thing to do. We've got to play ball with Daniels.
Yeah, but what if Bat finds
Well, you know,
out?
Bat hasn't been exactly on a level with you. He's always running out on you. Never takes you along. Doesn't even tell you where he's going. There's only one answer to the thing. Another dame. Don't let that piece of jewelry fool you.
No, it doesn't. I'm no chump.
I'm glad to see you're waking up. You know, I hated to see you being pushed around by that no good.
Oh, hello, Bat. How are you?
Beat it.
Oh, gee, Bat.
Get out of here. Thought I told you not to dress like that when anybody was here. I thought for a second you were out. Never mind.
Gee, hon, it's good to have you back. I nearly went off my nut. I was so lonely. Come on, Bat, let's celebrate. Let's go places.
No, I can't take any chances. What's wrong with staying right here?
Oh, I've been cooped up here for weeks. I'm sick of it. Oh, Dad, just this once. Please, hon.
Where do you want to go?
There's a swell movie around the corner.
Movie? Thought you said you wanted to go out and hit it up.
I do, but let's see the movie first.
Must be something special, huh?
It is.
Okay. I'll take a chance.
What'll I wear?
Why not give the natives a treat and wear that little red number?
Can't. Haven't got a hat to match.
It's all right. You don't need a hat just to go around the corner, do you?
You're right. just got in. We're going to the movie around the corner. 15 minutes? That'll be just about right.
Look.
What's going on?
Like another vacation for Bat.
Yeah, and vacations mean more postcards. And more postcards mean, oh, I'm gonna be awful seasick again.
$70,000 criminals released yearly, and 1 out of every 3 goes out by the parole route. Here's a partial list of notorious criminals, all killers, released by parole boards in the last few years. Pretty Boy Floyd, Babyface Nelson, Machine Gun Kelly, Clyde Barrow, Jack McGurn, Homer Van Meter, Dillinger. I need you on that board, John. The state needs you. It's your duty.
But, Paul, I believe in parole.
So do I, emphatically. But as it's conducted today, it's a farce. A joke on all honest men and women.
What makes you so certain that I'm fitted for the job?
Oh, I haven't known you all these years for nothing, John. I know nobody can reach you. That's all I need to know. Help me to give the deserving every possible chance for redemption and keep the others, the vicious ones, where they belong, in prison.
You leave me no alternative. Well, all right. All right, I'll serve in your parole board.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
I wish I were with him.
What kept you?
Took me 2 months to get the job. Now what?
Where is she?
The apartment.
Okay, step on it.
The alley?
Yeah. All right, get another load and come right back.
Here?
You heard me. Give me that lunchbox. Key in there?
Yeah, and the rod, too.
Okay, shove off.
that you, Al?
Pat.
What time is it?
3:30. Now where?
Deliver this load of lumber.
Where'll I drop you?
Where you got me?
Are you off your nut?
You heard me. I don't want anybody to know I was out. Might spoil my chances for parole.
You know me, Bat. I'll keep mum.
I'm sure you will, Vic. Here. Got a match?
Yeah.
What time is it?
Why? Got an appointment?
Yeah.
Exactly 3 minutes to 4.
Gentlemen, I've talked to the prisoners whose names and records you have before you. They've unburdened their hearts to me. And I say to you in all sincerity, they've learned the error of their ways. They're truly repentant. They're ready to be received back into society, to become once again decent, useful, upright citizens. Gentlemen, if you could but see the misery and suffering of their wives and families, mothers, children, wives, all waiting, heartbrokenly, praying for the day when their loved ones would be returned to them, I know that you would not deny them your mercy and compassion. Don't take from them this one hope of redemption. Don't punish them beyond reason, beyond endurance.
I, too, have personally investigated these men and can confirm everything that Mr. Pierce has told you. They are entitled to parole, and I sincerely trust that all of you will vote on them as I do, favorably. And you, Mr. Webster?
Judging from the records of these prisoners, I'm not sure that these men at parole will not again become a menace to society. Nevertheless, there seems to be enough in their favor to warrant a second chance. Therefore, I vote favorably on all but one. Bat Williams. Now, I'm not a vindictive man, but to consider parole for that man is a travesty on justice. He's utterly beyond redemption. A cunning, cold-blooded killer. And how such a man can secure the necessary names to a petition for parole is beyond me. I'd as soon see 10 men who might otherwise become useful citizens remain in prison than let this one desperado out.
Mr. Webster's absolutely right.
May I remind you, Mr. Daniels, that you are here merely as a guest. You have no part in the proceedings of this board.
Well, I should have. I've arrested him often enough. And I can tell you some things about Bat Williams.
We have his complete record here. You aren't needed.
On the contrary, I think he is. I'd like to hear what he has to say.
Thank you, sir.
Proceed, Mr. Daniels.
Does that record you've got there show that he held up the Esco Creamery Company only a few hours after you paroled him the last time? A robbery where a man lost his life? Does it show that he's responsible for the brutal murder of his sweetheart? Does it show that
One moment, Mr. Daniels. Are you prepared to charge Williams with the murder of Grace Forbes?
Well, no, not yet. But I'm working on the case.
Then it has no bearing here at this time and cannot be considered. Sit down, Mr. Daniels. Gentlemen, the warden's personal report on convict Williams is unusually favorable. And in spite of Officer Daniels' vicious remarks, I ask you to approve his parole.
Never. Your chief interest seems to be to empty our prisons with no regard for consequences. What sinister influence has been exerted on this board in Bat Williams' behalf?
That is a very grave charge, Mr. Webster, and I demand that you either substantiate your statement or withdraw it.
Was this man Williams brought over with the other prisoners?
He was.
Bring him in. I want to see this man who can rob and kill and still be defended by a parole board. I would like to speak to the prisoner alone.
This is most irregular.
I realize that. Nevertheless, I want to talk to him alone.
Very well.
You're going to get me out of this.
My son. I know you would last.
Well, and that makes things easier all the way around, doesn't it?
Then it was all true. The facts I blinded myself to. The rumors of your thefts in college. Your sister's empty bank. The checks of mine that were forged.
Sure, it was all true.
And that jewelry robbery. The watchman that was killed. That was you. You.
Try and pin those on me.
Your poor mother. Your sister.
Don't ask me to think about my mother and my sister. I'd have kept them out of this for good if you hadn't stuck your nose into it. And don't forget I told you to stay out of it. When you got yourself on this board, you butted in on my business. Well, I'm going free, you get that? Or else I'll blow my sister's wedding sky high.
You would do that? With her happiness, her whole life at stake?
Don't forget it's my life, too.
Your sister's going to be married.
Well, then things couldn't be laid out prettier, could they? You think you got me on the spot. Don't be a sucker. You're the one that's on the spot. Come on, get wise to yourself. All you have to do is sign that parole.
And let you go free to kill again. I'm going to tell them who and what you are. I'm going to keep you right where you belong, in a cage. We're no longer father and son.
Okay. If that's what you want, go ahead. Call them in, tell them. Spread it all over the papers. It'll make great reading back home. And just in time for that wedding, too.
Ask the members of the board to come in.
Now, you'd better watch your step if you know what's good for you and the family.
There isn't anything more I can say to a man like you. You're beyond anything decent. I'll agree to your parole on one condition. That you go away. You disappear from our lives forever. We don't want to hear from you or see you ever again. Is that clear?
Not even a postcard?
I'm warning you.
Okay, that suits me.
Gentlemen, I have talked to the prisoner. I think I see your point of view. I recommend the prisoner be paroled.
What? You're better than Houdini ever was. Nice work, Mr. Webster. A perfect switch. Had me fooled for a while. I was ready to stand up and cheer for you. But I can see you're just like all the rest. Go ahead. Make the world safe for the criminals. Keep on turning them loose.
Darling, you stand still so I can see if it's even.
Oh, Mother, it's lovely. Ow!
Do you think it'll be ready in time? Of course, dear. You'll make a lovely bride. Walter's a lucky boy.
That's what I think.
Oh. Robert.
Hello, Mom.
Oh, darling. It's good to see you.
It's good to be here.
Hi there, engineer. Where'd you drop from?
Look at the brat.
A little more respect, young man. You're looking at a bride.
1,000 apologies. Hello, lady.
How are you, Bob? Why didn't you let us know you were coming?
Just thought I'd surprise you, Mom.
Oh, John.
Well, hello, Dad. Glad to see you.
Robert?
Isn't it wonderful having him back?
Yes, yes.
I was wondering if you'd be here in time for Mildred's wedding.
I'm only going to stay till tonight.
Robert, you can't mean that.
Sorry, Mom, but I've got to get the 8:30 out of here tonight.
Robert, I insist you stay. At least until after your sister's wedding. John, make him stay.
I can't. Mom, if I don't get the 8:30, I'll miss connections with a Brazilian boat. And that'd cost me plenty.
Well, that's a fine thing, running off on some silly business the minute you get back, and right before the most important day of my life. What sort of a brother are you?
I'm sorry, kid, but I never did like weddings. Besides, I'd probably laugh in the wrong place.
Well, while you're here, I want you to take your father in hand. I'm worried about him.
Nonsense, my dear, nonsense.
It isn't at all. He left here yesterday feeling fine and came home a wreck. It's that awful parole job. You never should have accepted it.
I wish I hadn't.
John, take Robert into the study until we finish Mildred's dress.
Of course, of course. Come in.
Talk to him, son. He always listens to you.
All right, Mom.
Why have you come here?
Say goodbye to Mother and the brat?
That's not the reason. You're not that considerate. You've got something on your mind. What is it?
Suppose you figure it out.
I want to warn you, Robert, if you try...
Now, take it easy. Flying off like that won't get you anywhere. Not with me. I'm not one of your school kids.
You're not going to do anything to spoil your sister's happiness, you understand that? I'll be watching you every minute.
You talk just like a copper. Keep it up, maybe you'll get yourself a badge.
Look, Dad. Isn't it a honey?
You look lovely, darling. Lovely.
Gee, honey, you look swell.
Oh, why don't you stay over for the wedding? There's a dance tonight. You can take Letty.
No, he can't. Isn't Joe taking you, Letty?
I'm afraid Joe can't make it tonight. He's making up the payroll and the...
Yes. Yes, I know.
That reminds me. I promised to pick Dad up at the office.
I'll go with you.
Would you?
Robert, I want to...
That's all right, Dad. We'll talk when I get back. Come on, Letty.
Why, what's the matter, Dad? You look as if you'd seen a ghost.
Do I?
Oh, you funny old thing.
Letty!
Joe, you know Robert Webster.
Yeah, hello. Hello, Joe. I haven't seen you in a long time.
How are you, Robert?
Hello, Mr. Graves.
All ready to leave, Dad?
Just been waiting for you. Can you manage alone?
Yes, Mr. Graves.
Well, you coming along, young man?
Yes, indeed. I'd like to talk to Webster. I'll be over tonight, honey, before I leave.
All right, Bob.
Well, Joe, what's on your chest?
You know well enough.
You mean Letty?
Yes. You fool a lot of people around here since you were a kid, but you don't fool me.
What do you mean by that?
But you're not good enough for her. I'm warning you. Keep away from her.
Say, you've got it bad, haven't you? Well, take it easy, Joe. She doesn't mean anything to me. Not a thing. Don't tell me you sleep here, too.
Occasionally.
Tonight?
Yeah? Why?
Nothing. Well, so long, Joe. I'll be seeing you. I'm sorry I won't be here for the wedding, kid. But you'll do all right without me. And give that poor sucker my sympathy. He'll need it.
Why, you big...
So long, Brett. Goodbye, Dad.
I'll walk to the station with you.
No, you better stay here. I don't like saying goodbye in railroad stations.
How long will you be gone this time?
Well, it's hard to tell, Mom. Brazil's a long way off.
Mm-hmm.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, dear. With you married and Robert away, it's going to be awfully lonely here.
Don't worry, Mother. I'll be over every day and twice on Sunday.
John, where are you going?
Oh, thought I'd go out and get a little air. I won't be gone long.
Hello, Mr. Webster.
Hello, man.
Looking for somebody?
Yeah, my son. Have you seen him?
No.
You sure?
Sure, I'm sure. Was he taking that train?
Huh?
I say, was he taking that train?
Yeah. No, I mean, no. All right, drop that gun and get him up.
Followed me for the last time.
Put down that gun.
You stay out of this.
Put down that gun.
Stay out of this or I'll let you have it too.
Robert, I'm your father.
Start praying, copper. Come on, out loud. I want to laugh before I knock you off.
Robert!
Dad?
Better get out of here, Mr. Webster. I'll turn this. I got a car outside. Can you make it?
Get your hands off me. I had my last ride, copper.
No, you haven't. You're taking one more out of this town. Come on your feet.
What's the idea?
I'm keeping your family out of this. You're checking out as Bart Williams, understand? You don't write it, but they do.
Thanks, copper.
I'm so happy, Mother. I wish Robert were here.
For you, Mr. Webster.
Thank you.
From Robert?
Yes. He wishes you all the happiness in the world.
Oh, that's very sweet, but just the same, he could have been here. I'm terribly disappointed in him.
Yes. So am I, my dear.